What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video, and today, as you can see by the title, we're going to be reviewing the Toronto Maple Leafs 4-3 win over the Florida Panthers. Now, before we get into this one, Florida really needed to win this game. They got to keep their playoff hopes alive. I don't believe this game knocked them out of contention, but Florida fans, let me know, how do you feel going in to this last little stretch run? I heard you guys have a lot of games coming up, so good luck with that. First of all, Panthers are a good team. They played their heart out tonight. They had a real good game. The Toronto Maple Leafs are looking to clinch a playoff spot. They're pretty much guaranteed to be in at this point. Philly has to win tonight for them to clinch tonight. Or sorry, Philly has to lose to Colorado tonight, but they're already up 2-0. By the time you're watching this video, the game could be over. The Leafs could have clinched, or they haven't yet. I'm not sure all the scenarios leading up to the playoffs, but all I know is the Leafs need to keep winning. As soon as they can clinch, the better, but we all know they're probably in a spot. So let's get into the details, but first, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you, and if you like the video, please like the video. It does help me quite a bit. So yeah, if you could do that, that would be a huge help. Click that like button. Appreciate that. But yeah, 4-3 Leafs win. Let's get to the goalie stats like I always do. Roberto Luongo, who was fantastic tonight, had a lot of great saves. 35 shots against, 4 goals against for 31 saves. Still a good night for him. Frederik Andersen, 33 shots against, 3 goals against with 30 saves. So a pretty solid night for him as well. I never mentioned the 3 stars, but they were Van Riemsdyk, Huberdeau, and Marner, 3-2-1. But yeah, first period, Mitch Marner, who, actually, you know what? Let's start off with something here. The Leafs were pressing pretty early on, and I thought it would have been 1-0 a little bit sooner than what it was, because Tyler Bozak had a wide open net after Van Riemsdyk had a breakaway, passed it out front to Bozak. He shot the puck, but Luongo just got his blocker on it and deflected it up over the net. What a fantastic save by Luongo. But then, like, what, a minute later, Mitch Marner comes in, misses a shot wide, but then winds up for a slap shot, which he doesn't do very often unless he's making a slap pass like he usually does. The Marner thing, or what do Steve Dangle calls the Mitch Marner thing. Their funny little inside joke for the podcast. Marner just took a slap shot for his 21st of the year, top corner. The Leafs' leading point guy just has been incredible all year, kind of under the radar a little bit because people were like, oh, he's slumping. He's been great. You know, there was a couple bumps in the middle of the season, but he's been a very consistent scorer. To make it 1-0 Leafs, get him on the board there early, that was good. Then, about, 6 minutes later, something like that, Austin Matthews would score off a nice feed from William Nylander. Him and Nylander had a bunch of great passes and shots tonight. Matthews would walk in, score, bump into Hyman, but it doesn't matter. 2-0 Toronto Maple Leafs. That is his 30th of the season, making the Leafs have 3 30-goal scorers in Austin Matthews, Nazem Kadri, and James Van Riemsdyk. So getting that 2-0 lead, of course, was fantastic. But to make it even better, Patrick Marleau would score his 25th of the year after a beautiful play by Mitch Marner, cycling around the net, looking for a shot, but then finding Patrick Marleau wide open on the doorstep for that backdoor pass. Beautiful. Just had to tip it in. Marleau, 25 for him. The Leafs needed a guy to come in and score some extra goals for them, and he has done just that. But Marner, again, showing why he was the best Leaf on the ice, the best player in general on the ice tonight. But Huberdeau would get it back for his 24th of the season to make it 3-1 Maple Leafs, but that would be how the first period would end. It was a nice shot from Huberdeau from a giveaway from Hyman. A thing that I looked for in the second period was the fact that Andreas Johnsson was getting some shifts with the Leafs' first line, and William Nylander was not on the ice with that first line. And that happened shortly after Huberdeau scored his 25th of the season, his 2nd of the game. He had a really nice shot, but it looked like Nylander might have been a little bit lazy getting back. The whole team did not look good for both goals, to be honest with you, but it looked like Nylander might have got a little bit of a bench. I'm not sure. Babcock might answer this question in a post-game interview, but like I said, I make the video right after the game happened, so if anything happened there, obviously I've probably heard of it, and you have as well, so we can discuss that in the comments section. But it would be 3-2, the Leafs looking like they might have given up another lead, and I was hoping to God it wouldn't be a tie game because I want the Leafs to win so bad. I want to clinch, even though I know they're pretty much in. I love knowing the fact that they're in. Let's go, playoff time. But the Leafs need to play their ass off for the rest of the season. Anyways, Like I said, Andreas Janssen got some shifts with the first line, which is not only good for the Maple Leafs because he's a good player, but showing that Babcock has trusted him. I'm a huge fan of William Nylander, and I want him on that line every night, but if he was having a bit of an off period, then Babcock wanted to at least say, hey, you know what, listen, you got to sit for a bit, we got to play Andreas Janssen, and he was getting double shifted, so it did look like Nylander got benched. Anyways, it would be 3-2 going into the third period, and I got a little worried because Florida was pressing quite a bit, but Frederik Andersen was very good in this game. Roberto Luongo was as well. He made a lot of huge saves, but James Van Riemsdyk would ultimately find the back of the net again for his 35th of the season. What a story he has been for the Leafs this year. Absolutely incredible. As we know, James Van Riemsdyk almost scored 30 last year, but I believe he fell just short. If I'm incorrect, I don't think I am. If not, regardless, he's just been a goal-scoring machine for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Fantastic for him. Also, a random stat that I seen: Nazem Kadri is the first back-to-back 30-goal scorer for the Toronto Maple Leafs since Phil Kessel and Matt Sundin, which is a cool little stat. Anyways, back to Van Riemsdyk, 35 on the year, great goal, put the Leafs up 4-2, but Florida would keep pressing. With 2 minutes left, they would make the game 4-3, and Leaf fans, I'm sure we all got a little bit worried because I did not want Florida to come back and tie this game. As much as I like the fact that they're pushing for the playoffs, I need the Leafs to win as many games as possible, but the Leafs would hold on. Freddie Andersen made a couple big saves. The Leafs played a little bit better defensively to keep the puck out. Florida tried to do that little goalie switch to put Reimer in. By the way, shout out to James Reimer, big fan of him. I also really admire the fact that Florida's been so great, you know, showing their support to Stoneman Douglas. If I pronounce the school name wrong, I am incredibly sorry, but he was wearing the team hat on the bench. Also, I believe they won the championship for their school. Well deserved. All the best to them and, you know, the community. I know they won the championship a little while ago, but I just hadn't said it in a video, and I feel like it's fitting now. But hopefully, you know, this is the start of something better, the climb to a better tomorrow for the school, and props to Florida for how much work they've done. I'm not going to say anything negative because, you know what, it was a good hockey game. Leafs win 4-3. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. I do a lot of streams, lots of streams coming for the playoffs with Audie, probably Neil, Ryan, Arcade, Gravity, SoCal Hockey Fan, anybody that wants to be in. Nyquist, I'll name everybody. Let's get downtown Stephen Brown in these if he's watching this. If not, I'll be very upset. But anyways, yeah, like the video, please. I'd really appreciate that if you want to. If you didn't like the video, that's fine too. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video stream. Go Leafs go. Peace.